So I've put quite a bit of aluminium foil on the side. Well, it's the best I could to try to prevent any particles coming inside. I put quite a few racks underneath because once you open it and take out the valve body, it will leak a bit of oil, so I don't want oil everywhere. So next is to crack these bolts, and it's Torx 30. That was quite easy. Crack that one. Also quite easy. I thought these will be difficult actually to crack these bolts. And two below, I can't put the camera underneath so you can kind of see it, but it's pretty obvious that two down below. That was way easier than I thought. Way easier than I thought. It was gonna be quite difficult. But it's not that difficult actually. There is one bolt. Torx T30. It's a little bit rusty, but still alright. When you do those, try not to strip the splines of the boat. Well, now the moment of truth. Let's see. Yeah, there is a little bit of a oil, but not too much. And that looks. It has two magnets in there. The thing is that there is a little bit of a sludge on those, like metal shavings. So I have a better view on those, but it's not like porcupines. They don't look like. Let me have a bit more light. They don't look like porcupines. So in other words, if these look like porcupines sticking out, metal shavings and so on, replacing the solenoids might not help entirely. And now is really the moment to pause and take a very good pictures, a few pictures around here from the camera facing that direction for that leaf spring and how these are situated, because you have to put them back. Pay specific attention to the pin here where it is, and underneath I'll remove that one after taking the pictures, obviously, where the pin is, and these different things. The two valves are here and there. They're behind. There is a bolt here, and there is a bolt behind that leaf spring. Also take a picture from above just to see the distance, that it's quite flat actually. And now for a few pictures. Next thing is, you have a microfiber cloth, spray brake cleaner fluid on it, and wipe off these surfaces all around, but from inwards to outwards, just not to, you don't really want to dust or any dust dropping inside. I mean, you cannot quite avoid it, but still better be safer than sorry. Next is to remove the leaf spring here with that bolt. Here again T30, actually not T20 but T30. And you try to be as clean as possible. So there is the manual valve at the back that has a pin. So the leaf spring is held by this particular bolt, and it contacts on this, well, gearbox quadrant or whatever it's called. And underneath there is a pin here. Probably can't quite see it. There is a dot here. It's like the pin coming down in this manual valve. When you take out the valve body, be careful not to drop out. I wasn't too bad actually. It's quite easy to undo. And I'll hold it slightly, not because it will drop. You can take out this particular leaf bracket, and then that you undo. Trying not to drop it, so I'm holding it and undoing it. There we go. That small piece, like that. Not to forget the position, like that. There is a little bit of a lip here, so it goes like that actually. So next is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plugs on that side and 1 plug underneath here. I'll try to film it from bottom. This will be from the side. This you pull towards the radiator. This also you pull towards the radiator, but it's very difficult to pull like that, so you have a little hex key that you can twist inside and pull them out, so in order to disconnect those. And you're asking why with hands, not with gloves? Well, it's much easier to touch it than with gloves. A little bit more difficult, a little bit more slippery with gloves, so that's why with hands. And now taking out this plug, you hold it and pull it out, but it's actually quite difficult to hold like that and pull out. Maybe with the that doesn't work out. I don't know how to pull out this one. This was actually quite difficult to unplug. There are other videos on YouTube that they just hold it here and pull it out, but there is a blood underneath my finger. I couldn't pull it out left or right. What I managed to do is actually, let me just slightly plug it in like that. I have this tool for removing stuff, plastic. I stuck it in here and managed to pull it out. Let me show you again. It's way in, of course, this thing, but I managed to put it in between and just unplug it like that. So that was actually okay. So let me see if I can film this quite right. This is like a hex key, and to undo those again, pull them towards the radiator, and you cannot do it with fingers. I mean, I couldn't do that one with a finger, let alone these. So generally you put it like that against the block and pull out a little bit, and just like shift it like a little bit. Let's see if I have a better success that way than the bottom one. There we go. That came out, but it's kind of on a kink. And the next 5 down below the same way. Not gonna film it because it's probably quite difficult. Let me put that one in. It's difficult to film. I just wanted to film the first one and just pop the other 5, and then that whole cable, you have 2 of the same on the on the two solenoid valves behind there. When you remove the 7 bolts, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 from that side, the whole block comes out. This you have to be careful not to come out, so when you pull it out, you have to pull out that manual valve, the metal here. Then you hold it with one hand like that, and then unplug these two. Well, let's see how this will go. So I managed to unclip all of them. It wasn't too bad actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With this kind of underneath, with this underneath, and you kind of unclip them. It wasn't too bad. That one down there was quite difficult. Maybe with that tool would be better than that one, but that one also works. It's just a plastic. This is metal, so I don't like metal, but that was pretty much the only way to do it that way. I'll put that aside. So next to crack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts, and that holds the whole valve block. I only cracked them just to see that they opened. There is no particular order. That was actually not bad. I just hold it a little bit. They're actually quite easy to do. 4 from that side. Can't quite see the bottom one. It's supposed to be 9 Newton meters, so that's why it's that easy. Yeah. Let me undo a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, the whole block is moving. You can see, you can kind of feel it. And there is dripping quite a bit of oil down there from that, but well, that's how it is. That's why you have the racks and additional cardboard I've put in there, and nylon underneath for good measure. Let me see if this is moving. Yeah, it's kind of started to move. Yeah, you see the block started to move a little bit. Maybe undo them a little bit more. They're already moving quite substantially because it's already night, and I'm gonna resume this tomorrow morning, so I just want to leave it cracked to know that I've gone to a certain position for the moment. Well, I'll leave it to drip in the tray, so it could potentially be kind of quite empty tomorrow morning. Might be easier. So next, what I've done, I've seen quite a few videos where just people hold that, and that's oily and you don't want to drop it. So I have like a wood block that's exactly the same height, so when I take this out I can lean on it or put it on the block. It will leak oil around, obviously, but then I can just push it there and take the plugs off the two valves at the back, and then I can take the whole thing out. Okay, so taking the bolts, and you have to kind of hold the whole thing. I'll keep one bolt on, so kind of final bolt. These are the bolts. And the last bolt, and that should be able to be free, the cover. Very oily hands by now. There we go. The whole thing started to move, and I'll hold that and take out this metal bracket. There's some spot on there. There we go. Next is to take it out and move it on the, let's see if this moves. Yeah, it kind of moves. There we go. And I can lean on that bottom there to take out the two valves that are here and here. And here is the pin. Here is the pin. You also take that one out because you don't want to have it in there to fall down somewhere. And taking these two, which not entirely clear if I can do with one hand. Let's see. This I took easy enough. Let's see that one. With wiggle, yeah, I took it out. Whew, that was actually easy. The two valves, the solenoid valves, with have a bit of oil. So I'll take it out now, and I need a clean pan which I have prepared here on the side so it doesn't leak very much everywhere. Probably will leak. So what you see now, probably can't quite see anything, but the two rubber O-rings here, two rubber O-rings here and here, or pointing it out, here and here, that needs to be replaced. But good to replace those. And this is how it looks like from sideways. I can't quite put light on there, but the two rubber O-rings there that need to be replaced. And if you can see at the back, well, they're bits and pieces. This wasn't machined very well. These are just like very hard metal parts. Those are really clean. These ones, it's like hard as hell, sharp on top of that. Well, that's it for the moment.